the Labour Party, his predictions were so off.
Question number 7, Catherine Delahunty.
Tēnā koe, Mr Speaker, tēnā koutou te whare. To the Minister of Education, does she agree with Treasury that increasing class sizes will assist educational outcomes for students, and if so, why?
The Honourable Craig Foss.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. On behalf of the Minister of Education, Treasury never made that claim. Where I do agree with Treasury in their independent observations is when they said, and I quote, "It is the quality of teaching that ultimately matters most to lifting student achievement."
Supplementary.
Catherine Delahunty.
How does the Minister propose to meet the government's goal of reducing underachievement when all the evidence says smaller class size is required for struggling children?
The Honourable Craig Foss.
Mr Speaker, I'm proud that this government has actually has open, transparent goals for 85% of New Zealanders to achieve NCEA Level 2. That's somewhat an increase of the current outcomes, which tends to imply that the current system, the current ratios perhaps, are not working for a huge proportion of our young.
Supplementary.
Catherine Delahunty.
Have the parents of this country asked her to increase class sizes to assist their children's learning?
The Honourable Craig Foss.
On behalf of the Minister, Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Education, I'm not aware of parents having done that, but Mr Speaker, but I do note that the parents of many New Zealanders, in fact about 46%, 47% of all New Zealanders voted for this national government and the policies it put out for a brighter future for education at the last election.
Catherine Delahunty.
How many teachers and principals have asked her to increase class sizes to assist them in teaching those children who are struggling to learn?
The Honourable Craig Foss.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. On behalf of the Minister of Education, again, I can't directly answer that one, Mr Speaker, but I am somewhat interested in the member's fixation on ratios, which but one input.
Order. The Minister said he couldn't answer the question, and that's an answer. We don't need to go on to other extraneous matters. Supplementary question, the Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
Will she rule out increasing class sizes for new entrants, given the weight of evidence which shows that smaller class sizes improve achievement in early years, or does she believe there is no correlation between class size and educational achievement?
The Honourable Craig Foss.
On behalf of the Minister of Education, Mr Speaker, there's all sorts of documents, inquiry. Professor Hattie has recently had information in that space. And once again, Mr Speaker, the fixation on absolute ratios, be they new entrants or right through the school, we are concentrating on the educational outcomes for all of New Zealanders.
Catherine Delahunty. Well, some men make up their minds. Catherine Delahunty.
Supplementary, Mr Speaker. Has she read the results of the PACE Literacy Project in South Auckland 2002 that found, quote, a significant relationship between class sizes for new entrants and the gains made in their achievement levels? And would she agree with one of the teachers involved in the study that reducing junior class sizes from 28 pupils to 15 had an amazing impact on her pupils' learning?
The Honourable Craig Foss.
On behalf of the Minister of Education, Mr Speaker, I'm sorry, I cannot answer that question if the Minister's read that one or not.
The Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
Has she read Treasury's other report written in 2001 on class sizes based on a longitudinal study undertaken in New Zealand and found that smaller class sizes significantly improved test score growth as well as early adult outcomes? And if so, does she then agree that increasing class sizes would be detrimental to student achievement?
The Honourable Craig Foss.
Mr Speaker, once again, ratios are but one input of all those things that help a child or a young New Zealander to learn. Teacher quality, the environment the child came from, as well as one of the other puts, ratios.
Catherine Delahunty.
Is the Minister aware that increasing class sizes by just 2 students would reduce secondary school teacher numbers by about 2,000? And does she intend to make cuts to teacher staffing numbers as per the Treasury advice?
The Honourable Craig Foss.
Mr Speaker, I'm not quite sure that that's the actual advice in that report. Remember, it was an independent report from the Treasury Secretary, Mr Speaker. But once again, 1, 2 or 3 extra or less students per classroom actually, if it does deliver a better educational outcome, then we should look at that. All advice is to be considered.
Catherine Delahunty.
Rather than listening to Treasury, who are not the experts, and increasing class sizes, is the Minister prepared to listen to parents, teachers and principals who all want smaller class sizes for their most vulnerable learners?
The Honourable
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, I'm quite sure the Minister is listening very carefully to the loud shout of New Zealanders who are not satisfied and are not happy with the educational outcomes of so many New Zealanders, and that's why this government is focused on their outcomes.
Point of order, Mr.
Point
Speaker.
of order, Catherine Delahunty.
I seek leave to table the report of the Secondary School Staffing Group which addresses class sizes, which was released today on the Ministry of Education website.
It's a document that's already on the website. Members have got access to that. Question number 8. Point of order, the Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
I seek leave to table a Treasury report that shows that class sizes do have an impact on learning outcomes.
What this Treasury report was this?
This Treasury report is a 2001 report.
Leave is sought to table that document from 2001. Is there any objection? There is no objection. Question number 8. Point of order, Gareth Hughes.
Sir, sorry to return to Catherine Delahunty's request to table a document. Sir, this often comes up in the House. We table an official report, be it the OECD or whatever, but it's on a website. The fact it's on a website shouldn't rule it out of being tabled information to this House.
The member makes a fair point, but the particular document being referred to is readily available. I mean, the document that the Honourable Nanaia Mahuta sought to table would be less readily available, I suspect, being an older document. That's why I checked on the publication date of the document. The purpose of tabling documents is not to try to score political points. The purpose of tabling documents is to provide information to the House that members would not otherwise have available to them. And members should remember that. Question number 8, Hone Harawira.
Kia ora, Mr. Speaker.